Imagine going to the store with your mother and finding 4 pieces of candy that you want to buy. And your mother says, "That's fine, but you cannot spend more than $1." How could you very quickly figure out what the total could be, or that if you had enough money, without painstakingly going through and adding up each of the costs of each piece of candy? Well, it's pretty simple. You could do estimation. I'm going to tell you a story. Sarah is at the mall. She has $25 to buy Christmas presents for her family. She needs to add together the prices of the items she chooses to make sure she has enough money, but she doesn't want to take the time to add all the cents. So Sarah decides to estimate the prices of the items. Basically, estimation is finding the approximate value of the sum. Estimating makes the numbers easier to add, especially when you're doing math in your head. An estimated answer is not exact. But you might be saying, well, how do I estimate? So I'm going to go over with you the different steps to making a good estimate while doing math problems. Step number 1 is to choose the place value. Let's choose some numbers. We'll go back up to Sarah. She has $25 to spend for Christmas gifts. Let's say she picks something that is $13 and something else that is $22. When you look at the numbers in this equation, you can choose to round them to any place value. The number you choose to round will either go up or stay the same. And the numbers to the right of that place will become zeros. Sound familiar? That is exactly what we learned when we discussed rounding yesterday. You could choose to round to the tens place so that you could count by tens. You could choose to count to the hundreds place if the numbers were big enough. There's not a right or wrong way. When we practice rounding, we tell you what we want you to round to. That just gets you in the habit of working towards it. Remember, as you round to higher place values, your numbers become less precise. Since Sarah is estimating money and wants to avoid cents, she will round to the ones place. Now, we're not actually going to do it that way. Looking at these two numbers, let's go ahead and round these numbers to the tens place. When we round to the tens place and you're doing it on paper, your first step is to underline the tens place. If you don't remember which one is the tens place, you can always draw out a template or a diagram to help you. Hundreds, tens, and ones. And you can place your numbers in to help you know which ones are in. This is why we use scratch paper, because you can write anything on it you want. In addition to underlining the place value, we're going to circle the number to the right. Then we simply ask the questions that we know for basic rounding. 3 is 4 or less, so the underlined number stays the same and all numbers to the right go to 0. 2 is 4 or less, so the number that is underlined stays the same and all numbers to the right goes to 0. When you add them together to get the sum of the numbers, you are estimating 30. So 13 plus 22 is approximately 30. 30 is an estimation of 22. You could do this with larger numbers as well. Let's take 120 and 460. This time, let's round to the hundreds place. We underline the number that's on that place value, circle the number to the right, and ask the questions. 2 is 4 or less, so the 1 stays the same, and all of the digits to the right of the 1 become 0. 6 is 5 or more, so the 4 goes up by 1. The 4 becomes a 5, and all the numbers to the right of the 4 become 0. And now simply add them together. 0, 0, 6, 600. So 120 plus 460 is approximately 600. That is an estimation. It is not the exact answer. It is not the true sum of 120 plus 460. It is an estimation.